As a kid growing up, Coto Casa was a very nice place, but don't let that distract you from how we were raised as kids.
Driving into Coto, you could assume that people who live there might be a little entitled or spoiled because there's these giant mansions everywhere. But the Bakers are nothing like that.
A lot of Saturdays when we had a lot of neighbors who were out playing with their friends or sleeping in, we were waking up to the sound of a lawnmower, and we were working in the yard for several hours.
When we moved into this house, we put the yard in, and then we took care of the yard. So they learned that they either wanted to earn enough money to pay for a gardener or, or do it themselves.
You are hereby called to serve as a missionary of the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints. You are assigned to labor in the Micronesia, Guam mission.
When he got his call and was called to Micronesia, Guam, we were very surprised.
Coto and Micronesia couldn't be further away on the sides of the spectrum.
I don't remember specific words from my setting apart. I just remember feeling so much confidence after the fact that no matter what was going to happen, that I was going to thrive.
He was thrilled, but when he got out to Guam, they assigned him a language and an island. And I think that's when he learned he would be learning a language for the first time. And I'm sure he felt overwhelmed.
The first 3 weeks I get there, it's already a struggle trying to pick up this language. I'm trying my best. My companion, who knows the language perfectly, he gets sick. And so they give me a new companion who's just a local member of the church, a Chuukese person. And the miracles that I saw on that part of my mission was just amazing.
It was more of a third world type country where he was eating foods he's never eaten before, sleeping on the floor rather than a cushion or a mattress.
Literally no running water, no electricity, no communication.
There was times where I probably should have been a little bit more scared than I was in the moment. I think in the moment you feel the armor of God as a missionary.
The mission was important to him, and it was just part of his life experience. But I don't think he had any idea the difference it was going to make in his life.
He came back such a different person.
Growing up, he was a great kid, and not that he wasn't humble to begin with, but it was just a unique experience that few people have that really changed the way that he looked at life, the way he looked at basketball, the way he looked at himself and his future.
I'm not surprised I made it through my mission despite the circumstances. I think going back to how my family raised me, I was very determined, very competitive, and very driven. And so those things taught me well going into a circumstance like my mission where you had to be comfortable with the uncomfortable.
We felt that his mission would be something that would be really beneficial to him and for us. I mean, being able to go and serve his mission for a couple years, grow up in terms of his experiences, but also physically and just become more of a man. We knew that there'd be a huge advantage to that. And knowing Dawson's competitive nature, we knew he was going to come back that much more hungry.
I think he surprised his coaches. He surprised me a little bit how quickly he came back and ended up starting after that first game. He just did well. He did well. He ended up being the freshman conference player of the year coming back from a mission, which was pretty unique, I think.
I chose the number 1 on my jersey at UCI because it's just a reminder that it was my only offer, and kind of kept that chip on my shoulder that these other schools that I'm playing didn't care about me and they didn't think I was good enough to play there. Soon after that first year, the attention kind of came back to me that these other schools wanted, but I felt loyal to UCI, knowing that they kind of stuck with me. And so I spent the next 2 years there, having great years, being all conference. By the time my third year ended, I kind of knew that I just needed something different socially and as a basketball challenge. I knew that I wanted to kind of enter the transfer portal.
I was surprised after the first day, he got contacted by 20 schools.
BYU's visit was just like next level, like just the coolest thing ever, seeing all the facilities and being able to meet the guys on the team and stuff. And I wanted to make the decision to come to BYU. So when I first got to BYU, I was noticing a pain in my foot. The trainer at the BYU said, let's go get a scan, let's see what it is, if it's anything. It turns out that I had a crack in my left foot that I needed to get resolved. We thought it would be just enough time to have a surgery, put a rod in there and fix it.
The broken bone in his foot never healed, and it was always broken.
We had to get another surgery that kind of ended that season for me.
That was hard because of how competitive he is. He obviously wanted to, come to BYU, do what he was planning on doing and make a difference and contribute to the team.
It was the season starting, so it was going to be a redshirt year for me, which was a total bummer because I knew the team that we had was great. Everyone was excited for the Big 12, and to not be as involved as I wanted was really hard for me.
So when I first got back over to BYU, one of the first things I was able to do was kind of his on-ramp back to the court program. So I was doing some one-on-one workouts with them, and he was frustrated in a sense where his conditioning wasn't the same, his shot wasn't the same. My conversations with him was like, this is a marathon, right? This isn't a race, right?
I don't think Dawson sat too much on a bench before. And so that's probably a very humbling experience. I think it also made him watch the team and think, where can I help? Where can I be, useful? What can I add to this team? And it gave him a lot of time to find that player he wants to be for BYU.
Coming off an injury and not playing for a long time and then getting a coaching change, it's just a different challenge that I kind of wasn't expecting in my life or in my basketball career. But change has not been something new to me. My mission always felt like I was changing every single day. And this is just a different circumstance that I know I'm going to thrive in.
Been really happy with, his progress on the court, kind of persevering through a lot of that. I think he's, adapted to, the things I'm asking him to do. That might have been a little bit different than, what he's done.
He's super hungry to get out there and play, to prove that he's healthy, to prove that he belongs at the Big 12 level. Just a beautiful overall kid that wants to please and wants to do what you ask.
I think he has a little bit of the competitive fire in him that he wants to show everybody what they missed last year.
He has things to prove and things he wants to do, and he will tell you when he's done. And he's not gonna let the body dictate that or the mind. I think he's gonna do it himself.
Because of all the things in my past, it's kind of made me who I am today.